Hello everyone, welcome to Flosstube number 8. Look at me go, it hasn't been a year. So as you can see, I am without April again today. She had previous plans to go to the zoo with a friend, and it is a beautiful day to do that. And there's some fresh snow on the ground, and it looks very winter wonderland out there today. And the temperature isn't terrible. It's been kind of, last night was pretty cold, but today, this afternoon, it's actually not going to be too bad. So I hope she has a splendid time at the zoo. This Flosstube, it couldn't really wait until she was going to be available. I have something kind of special that I want to do in relationship with something that I want to show you. So I couldn't wait until she was available to join. So here we go. Okay. So just to kind of get some things out of the way, I'm going to start with happy mail instead of, the regular kind of order that we normally go through things. And so I'm going to show you the cute little Ort jar or Ort container that Linda Craig made for me and sent to me. Look, Linda, I've been using it totally. I love it. Thank you very much. It is beautiful. It's like one of those folding ones that you can put into your little stitch bag and store with your stuff. But mine just kind of sits on my nightstand where I stitch all the time. And is beautifully made. I love it so much. Thank you. I had intended to show this the last time on my last Flosstube, but that one was a big one and I got lost in my notes. So this got left out and I apologize for that. I really truly do, I'm using it. I love it. It's fantastic. Thank you so much, Linda. This is splendid. Thank you. Another happy mail that I received was these earrings. They are gorgeous. My friend Allie sent them to me as a little pick-me-up, which was so nice. You don't have to do that. You don't have to send me stuff, but I appreciate it. One of her fella Max teaches at a school in their community, and I believe one of the students made these earrings and were selling them, and Allie thought of me and picked up a pair and sent them to me. I feel very special. Thank you. Ali, I haven't reached out to you to thank you personally for these yet because I've been really busy getting all of this lined up, and but I will reach out to you and give you a very personal thank you. But a video thank you is good too. Okay, so that's my happy mail out of the way. So I'm going to get into some recent things that I have finished up. I've got no fully finished objects today, just a couple FOs. And I'm going to start with this one. This is a quick little design that I came up with. I'm calling it Cats Love Christmas, because they do. They love the trees, they love the ribbons, they love helping you wrap your presents, they love the boxes after the presents have been opened. They love everything about Christmas. Christmas is for cats. So these two cats are not my current cats, because my current cats are a little bit harder to design. One is a calico and the other one is kind of random patches of black, brown, and white, so similar to a calico. And so I went with Oscar and Mojo, some cats who I had the privilege of having in my life, and they were a little easier to get on here. And they loved Christmas, I tell you. So they're helping the snowman with his presents, or maybe the presents are for the cats. It's up for you to interpret how you see that. But I designed that and I finished it and I love it. So I did that one. And then my other much bigger finish is this one. I'm gonna try to get it all in the shot. I didn't have a board big enough for it. It's huge. So this is my Grimm's garden, and I designed this one. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Okay, I stitched this on 40 count anthracite Newcastle, and I designed it. Did I mention that? Yeah, I think I did. And it's just all DMC. This one is on 40 count. I hand dyed this fabric. I call it Moody Broody because it's kind of like this coffee, moody coffee kind of swirl of colors. Yeah, so I designed it. It is kind of a blend of a few fancy flosses with a lot of DMCs. I guess that's not the whole picture. There we go. There's the whole picture in the frame. You can't really see the stars very well because they kind of fade into the background a little bit, but I kind of liked the way that turned out for the stars, because stars in this world might be a little bit muted and not terribly sparkly. There's Cosmo. He's been trying to get my attention by clawing at the back of the chair while I've been filming. It's been great. Well, what else can I say about this? I love the way it turned out. What inspired this? Well, I've been feeling some kind of grimness about the world. I've always liked the kind of macabre motifs that you find in, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Hashtag 47. Word's gone. As usual, you're used to this. If you watch my Flosstube anyways. So, yeah, I've got the hands climbing in a vine over here. I've got this the skullberry bowl. I like how that turned out. I'll give you a nice close-up. Got the crossbones at the bottom, the hourglass, this flower here. This is one of the stinkiest flowers on the planet. It grows, usually fairly low to the ground. It's not technically considered, like, it's not a traditional flower. I think it's more, I can't remember if it's more of a fungus style or it's just like a very unique plant. The flowers end up being usually, I think, about a foot or more across, and they release a smell that smells like death, which attracts like carrion flies and stuff like that to pollinate it. So I figured if there was ever a flower in Grimm's garden, it would probably smell like death. So we've got the rib cage flower pot, snail, we've got the death head moth, we've got a pelvic bone plant, scarab beetle, a bunch of bony legs kicking up from the ground. I keep thinking it'd probably be doing like some sort of synchronized can as they're that's how my imagination sees them. They're kicking in the wind. I've got Grimm, he's got a little harvest on his blade. We've got the key and a little plant and the cats, spiders. Ah, spiders. I would not be going through that gate. I can tell you right now. I do not like, I like spiders from a distance. I think they're incredible in action, in what they do for, their part of the ecosystem. They can be beautiful to look at, but deep down inside I have this, phobia of them being on me or near me. So I can appreciate them but I wouldn't be going through that gate. Or if I was, I'd be down where the cat is. This gatekeeper up here, I keep thinking he's probably telling bad jokes to everybody else who's in the garden, just whispering them and chuckling to himself. And we've got the weeping willow, and just kind of this, like, the texture of it, I kept strumming it as I stitched it, and I kept thinking, that's probably why you hear the term wind in the willows, because the wind would love going through that. I love playing with it. Why wouldn't the wind, right? And then you got either they're crows or ravens. It's whatever your imagination wants them to be, but they're sitting there and they're whispering secrets to each other, and yeah. So this is my little Grimm's world. Thought, what would Grimm do if he was, or it, I should say. I don't think Grimm has a gender. What would Grimm be doing in its off time? And tending to a garden. So yeah, that's my piece, and it's finished, and I'm so happy with the way it came out. I love it. So very, very much me. Memento Mori, it basically is a reminder that all things die. And I put 1975 on the tombstone because that's when I was born. So that's kind of the moment that I start dying. We spend our whole life on that path, and so that's what it meant to me. I'm very happy with it. I love it. It's a big piece. I think I started stitching on it in like March or something like that. And I'm not like as hardcore of a stitcher as a lot of other people are. I do it when it feels right, and usually like an hour and a half in the evenings. I sit down and do some stitching, so it takes a while. I'm okay with that. A hobby should be a hobby. It should be whatever makes, or provides you with the most enjoyment. And if an hour and a half at night is what provides me with enjoyment, that's cool. And I take breaks. I'll do other projects in between. I don't feel compelled to get to the finish line, right? It's just about the enjoyment of the stitching, and for me, finish lines and deadlines that I set for myself, that takes the fun out of it. So I try to keep it the way I need to keep it to keep it a happy thing. Okay, so am I releasing these patterns? Yes, both of them. Are they going into my Etsy shop? No. I'm releasing them both as freebies, and I mean the Christmas ornament. A lot of people are releasing Christmas ornament freebies right now, and that's great. And yeah, this is just a straight up freebie. But for Grimm's Garden, that's a pretty big piece. Normally, I would probably pop it into my Etsy store and sell it, but this year I've had a lot of very, very complicated thoughts about capitalism and how that intersects with oppression and white supremacy. And it just didn't feel good to me to, take something that I've sown so many thoughts about those things into and turn around and make money off of it. It's complicated. Me not selling it is just largely symbolic for me, but it can be important to have those symbolic moments for yourself. So yeah, I'm not going to sell it. It's a freebie. I'll put links to, it'll be on my link tree, and I'll put links to that below. and you can take it and stitch it if you want. You can take it and just put it in your collection. Whatever floats your boat, makes you happy. I don't personally want to make money off of it, so it's yours to have. But that said, if you were so inclined, I've got a little kind of thing planned where if you feel like, you know, there should have been some money coming to me, let's instead turn it towards a little fundraiser. So basically, what's the best type of fundraiser for something like that? Let's get some money into the hands of one of the local community groups in Winnipeg who are working to help feed and clothe. They're helping to feed and clothe and shelter some of the people who are hit hardest by oppression and, you know, the consequences of capitalism and stuff like that. So that group is called Community 204. They are a grassroots organization. They work off of donations. They are nonprofit, and they are doing some amazing things. And they've got a lot of energy behind them right now. They're getting a lot of attention. Let's do a little amplification and get a little bit of extra money into their hands. Hopefully, you know, in this hard season, Winnipeg winters can be extra hard on people who are already, you know, falling through the cracks, and especially those who are houseless. So, and they are helping those people. So I'm hoping to turn the intention that comes with offering a freebie into a little bit of a fundraiser for them. You're not obligated, absolutely no obligation. You don't have to make a donation towards them. It doesn't have to be a big donation. If you just have a few extra bucks, you can send their way. You know, if 100 people take the pattern and 100 people, or even half of those people, manage to make a donation, it's going to help them. It'll be good, I hope, anyways, if it works out. So what else do I have to say about this? So I want to turn the exposure that comes from putting out these freebies into, you know, a little bit of a boost for this. And what I plan to do is, if you make a donation before December 31st, 2022, email me a copy of either a screenshot of your donation receipt, or just email me a copy of your donation receipt, because they will send you one of those through your email. If you send that to me before December 31st, 2022, I'm going to enter you into a draw for a fun little gift box that I've put together. And I'll show you those things in a few seconds. So for every $5 that you donate, you're going to get one entry into the draw. And so if you don't donate $20, you don't have to donate $20, but if you happen to want to donate $20 towards Community 204, you are going to get 4 entries. So keep that in mind. Yeah, so if you do that, send me the receipt before December 31st, 2022. I will make the draw and announce the winner on January 1st, 2023. So if you happen to find this Flosstube or my posts after that, sorry, but you can still feel welcome to make a donation if you are so inclined. I would appreciate it, and the local people would appreciate it, I'm sure. I think it'd be really cool, because Community 204 is going to get notified of all of these little donations that are coming in, hopefully from all over the place, and I think that's going to be, that'll make them kind of smile. I hope. I hope. I don't know. I would smile. Okay, so what am I putting in this little gift box that I'm going to make a drop for? It's basically a box of things that I enjoy or things that I've made. And well, okay, if I've made it, I enjoy it. You comfy, buddy? He would prefer if I was, you know, sitting and stitching right now and he could cuddle against my legs. But I'm doing something different today and he's not having it. Okay, it's just a little bit more. I just have a few more things to say. It's going to be fine, buddy. The other one's off sleeping, thankfully. I can't imagine two of them doing this behind me. I'm sure you guys are quite entertained. Okay, so my little gift box. Let's just start with this. So I bought a pair of these from local bead artist, Adeline Cook. This is a quilted ghost, and I just thought it is amazing. Out of the pair, you get one, I'm keeping one. They will remain connected somehow, just in spirit, in energy. And so yeah, I fell in love when Adeline posted these. I just immediately fell in love with the concept. A ghost, because normally, you know, little kid ghosts, it's just a sheet over the head, a plain white sheet to represent a ghost. But this one is made out of a quilt and warm, comfortable, and full of love. So, very special little treat. It's very good. Love it. And then I made a post not that long ago. I went to a craft sale and there's a local artist who, this is her card, Happy Land Shop. And she makes some really fun things. I picked up one of these for me and I picked up one of these for you. It's a Junior Grannies, Society of Junior Grannies patch. It makes me happy. There's like knitting and gardening and baking and just all those good things that, you know, grannies are known for. I'm totally a junior granny. I've been practicing for this. I've been a junior granny my entire life, I'm pretty sure. So she also designed this. And it says Wiener Peg. So it's just like a fun little souvenir from Winnipeg for you. But I would throw that in there because it's got a little bum. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a little bum. It makes me giggle. Just how can I not put something like that in this gift box, right? Hi. Come down. There's no room on my lap right now. You have to stay up there. So this is the tea. This is the tea I drink every night when I am stitching. It's red burner chai, and it's a no caffeine chai tea that has a rooibos base, and it is my absolute favorite. It's great on its own, but when I steep it, I throw in a couple extra slices of fresh ginger and a couple extra dried cloves, and I steep it with that extra in it, and then I add sugar and milk when it's ready to go. So my favorite tea. You get a little bit of my favorite tea. We can probably drink it at the same time as we stitch in the evening. So as I said, no caffeine, so you can drink it right before bed and you're okay. and it's warm and it's delicious and wonderful. Got a little snowman ornament that I've made. It's just cute. I love it. Let's see, I'm gonna throw in some fabric that I've dyed. It's the same sort that I used for my piece. It's not a big enough piece to stitch. This is a kind of like a fat eighth, I think, about that size. It's not big enough to stitch, you know, Grimm's Garden on, but it is that same type of fabric, a little bit darker tone. And I wouldn't recommend it for that piece anyways. I like the way it turned out, but if I could go back, I would probably choose a slightly different fabric to stitch this on. So, but yeah, it's great for those, you know, Halloween pieces and stuff. And it's a 36 count linen, so nice size chunk. And you can do a nice project or two on there depending on the size of the project. So, and then I'm going to send you some flosses that I hand dyed. Let's see. I didn't hand dye it from scratch. These are DMCs that I over dyed. And I really like the palette here. I think there's 12 of them. So, and I've already looped them, cut them and looped them onto stitchy hugs for you. And they're labeled. So what you can do is, if your pattern calls for, like, these aren't for a specific pattern, although the palette is really nice. You can put them close to where the regular DMC is in your floss collection. And then if a pattern calls for, let's say DMC 301, you have an option. You can choose just regular DMC 301, or you can choose the over dyed to give it a little extra oomph. And I think they turned out fantastic. Pretty happy with them. So if you like fall colors, these are gonna be nice little set for you. Some of these are flosses that I use all the time when I'm stitching, like this $37.99 over dyed is one that I've used on 3 or 4 pieces already. Like, it's handy. It just has a little, like, this is $37.99 over dyed by me, and you can see the variegation is subtle, but it just kind of adds a little bit of movement and texture to it. So I can't guarantee that this is going to look exactly like that, because my methods are not, you know, super scientific or specific even. I just use a dropper to, like a syringe to drop drops of dye onto the floss, and what happens happens. I don't have a lot of control over that, so so yeah, I hope you enjoy stitching with those, whoever ends up with this package. I'll show you while I'm talking about those. I did some for me as well at the same time. I went down to my local stitchy shop, Lizzie B's, to pick these flosses out, and Samantha from Huga Stitcher, I can never pronounce it right. she was working that day. And I went in for a handful of flosses, and I was in there for over 2.5 hours. And all I left with was the handful of flosses. I yacked her ear off for 2.5 hours. It was a great conversation. You know, I'm an introvert, but you get me one-on-one with somebody, and they're willing to listen to me. On and on and on and on. Everything that's trapped up here just spills out. I don't apologize for it. Well, maybe I should, maybe I could apologize in that situation, because she was kind of a captive audience. She couldn't leave. She was working. I think she was okay with it though. She wasn't giving strong signals of like, go away. At least I didn't pick up on it. Hi, Samantha. Okay, so yes, I hand dyed some for myself as well. A lot of these are like just different tones than, similar but different tones than the ones that I'm sending out in the prize pack. So, but yeah, I have them already on my hooks so that I can put them up on with, as I said, kind of suggested with the ones that go in the prize pack. What I'll do is I'll put them close or right beside the regular version of, you know, 645 in my collection, and that way I will know I have an option available when I'm pulling flosses for a project. So I did that. I make handmade soap. These are unscented, but they have oatmeal scrubbies in them. So I'm going to send a couple bars of that in the gift box. And lastly, so these stitchy hugs, I've got 240 of them packed up with some labels. And I don't think there's 240 labels, but there's, you know, enough to get you started. And yeah, so you'll get a pack of 240 of them in the gift box as well. So that's these ones. They're a little bit bigger than, like, my favorite one is the smaller version, but these ones give a little bit more room for writing on. So they've been a big seller. So I'll send you some of those. So yeah, that gift pack will be going out to one lucky person who makes a donation and sends me a copy of their receipt before December 31st, 2022. I'm excited to see that go out. I think it's a pretty, it's very representative of me. I've put my work into it. You know, it's things like the flosses are colors that I like. The tea is my favorite. You know, it's kind of like a warm hug in a box from me to you. And I wish I could do it for everybody who makes a donation, but I can't afford that. I really appreciate, if you do make a donation, I really, really, truly appreciate any donation that you can send towards Community 204. And I hope you are excited about the little gift box that I've put together, and I hope you will let me know if you've made a donation. And yeah, so it makes me smile. If I got a prize like this, I'd be over the moon. It's pretty cool. Of course, you know, not everybody's going to think that, but it's okay. I do, and some of you will, so that's all that matters. Okay, so their donation platform for Community 204. So I'm gonna put links below, of course. Try to make it as easy for you to do that as possible. Their new donation platform is run through PayPal, but you don't need to have a PayPal account to make a donation. You can, through that system, you can still use your credit or debit card, I'm pretty sure, to make a donation. I made a donation the other night. I used my credit card, so I know for sure you can use your credit card. Or if you have a PayPal account hooked up, you can use that to make your donation as well. And I'm pretty sure when I clicked on credit card, it also said debit card, but I'm not positive. So definitely credit card, though. You can use a credit card. Let's see, do I have anything else I needed to say? There's probably something I should be saying. I don't know. I can't remember. So yeah, the freebies and the links and all that kind of stuff, I will try to get it into the description box below. And if you make a donation, great. If you don't, it doesn't matter. You know, do you. Everybody has different circumstances right now. I would appreciate if you can make a donation, but if you can't, that's okay. I would like it. Things are hard right now, and you know, not everybody is in that position, and yeah. So, but if you can, I would appreciate it, and I'd love to see your receipt come my way so that I can put you in the draw. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. So I think that's everything I have to say today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for, you know, just hanging out with me and listening to me ramble. Show you some stuff. Giggling with me, hopefully. I hope you giggled, or at least hopefully you were giggling at Cosmo as he was, you know, desperately trying to get my attention. I'm gonna go and do that for him now. So, big hugs. Thanks for joining. Have a good night, or day, or afternoon, or whenever, because people watch this all the time. Bye.